Hello everyone. Today we are going to see the topic propositional logic. So let's start. The first point is negation. The definition of negation is as follows. Suppose P is a proposition and if it is true, then negation of P means the output will be false. For example, if John does not love CSE, the negation of this statement will be John loves CSE. Note that negation is a proposition generated from, we have generated one proposition from another proposition. So we call negation, this is the symbol that we use for negation as the negation operator. In general, we can define the logical operators in two types. First are the unitary operators, and the second type is the binary operators. Negation is an example of an unitary operator since it transforms one proposition to another, as we have seen earlier. The second type is the binary operators. They transform two propositions into a new proposition. Like we know, in negation we require only single statement P, but for binary operators we require two statements. For example, P and Q. So the next point is truth table. Truth table is a list of all possible combinations of the values of the operands and gives the corresponding values of the new proposition. For example, this is the truth table of negation. The statement P, if the statement P is true, then its negation will be false. Similarly, if the statement P is false, then its negation will be true. The original statement gets reversed in negation. The next type is conjunction, the AND operator. This is a binary operator. It is represented by a upside down V symbol, which corresponds to AND. P and Q is true if and only if P and Q are both true. It means if the statement P and the statement Q both have a value true, then and then only the output will be true, or else the output will be false, as this can be seen in the truth table. Where P is true and Q is true, the output of P and Q is true. But in the second condition, P is true but Q is false, so therefore we get the output as false, and similarly below. The next type is conjunction disjunction operator, or which is the inclusive or. Disjunction, which is represented with a vertical V symbol. It corresponds to or. In this case, P or Q is true if and only if P or Q or both of them are true. It means that if the statement P and Q both are true, then the output is true. If even if any one of them is false, then the output is true. The output is false only and only when both P and Q are false. The next type is exclusive or. In exclusive or, the conditions are a little bit different. If either A or B is true, then only then is the true. As we can see in the truth table, if both the values are true or both the values are false, then we get the output as false. But if any one of the both values is false, then the output is true. This is called as exclusive or operator. The next type is implication. The next type is implication. In implication, the statement is as P implies Q. In basic English, we can understand it as the if-then statement. For example, if this costs less than 10,000, then John will buy it. In the truth table, as we can see, if P and Q both are true, then the output is true. Whereas if P statement is true, but the Q statement is false, then we get the output as false. But in the remaining two conditions, even if the statement is true or false or both false, the output is true. Implication represents a structure of if P then Q. For example, if P statement is considered as it is raining and Q is considered as I am indoors, then P implies Q means if it is raining then I am indoors. In this case of P implies Q, it is called as antecedent and Q is called as consequent. Terminologies for implication. A variety of terminologies are used to express P implies Q. Some of them are given below. If P, then Q. Next is Q if P. P only if Q. P implies Q. P is sufficient for Q. Q is necessary for P. Q allows from P. All of them mean one statement is dependent on the other statement. The next type is bidirectional implication. Another binary operator, bidirectional implication, it is represented with a double arrow. It corresponds to P is true if and only if Q is true. It is also called as if and only if operator. In this case, as we can see in the truth table, if P and Q both are true, then and only then P implies Q is true. Similarly, if P and Q both are false, then and only then P implies Q is false. In remaining both conditions, the output is given as false. Next is the precedence of operators. For solving the logical equations, we use a specific precedence of operators. The precedence is given below. The highest precedence is for the not operator. Second is the and operator. Third is the or operator. Fourth is the implies operator. And fifth is the bidirectional operator. That is the if and only if operator. Thank you.